welcome to exam preparation training, and for this video we're going to talk about the class flow for IELTS and TOEFL classes. For these classes, there are four main parts that we have to do: introduction, setting of the expectations, simulation, closing, and feedback. In the introduction, we're going to start our IELTS and TOEFL classes like what we normally do in our regular class. We are lively teachers. We greet our students, we introduce ourselves. Not just a name, but we tell something about our work experiences or probably interests and hobbies. Then we try to build rapport. In addition to that, we have to identify the goal of our students. Why are they taking IELTS or TOEFL? What is the target score, and when are they going to take the tests? Then we'll have here the setting of the expectations. For this part, we are going to explain to our students what happens next, and we are going to give them reminders such as reminding them that the corrections and suggestions would be given right after the speaking test. Also, we have to remind them that we are going to turn off the camera so that they can focus on their answers. Next, we have the simulation. Make sure that you have already turned off your camera before you start the simulation. Here, you have to follow the speaking test flow. In IELTS, there are three speaking parts. Part 1, that would be 4 to 5 minutes long. Part 2, we are going to give our students 60 seconds to prepare and 1 to 2 minutes talking time. Then, in Part 3, that's also 4 to 5 minutes long. In TOEFL, we have already mentioned in the first video that there are 6 tasks. Make sure that you have timer, so it would be very easy for you to follow the time frame of each test. Just a reminder, in the simulation, you are not a teacher, but you are an examiner. You should not give any side comments nor praises. You shouldn't give any corrections because giving of corrections will come after the speaking test. Next would be closing and feedback. Make sure that you turn on the video. This time, you are already a teacher and not an examiner. Also, it would be better if you're going to explain the purpose of the simulation. Then, make sure that you're going to give corrections for each part. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3 for IELTS, and for TOEFL, that would be by task. Tasks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and or 6. When you give corrections, make sure that you utilize the chat box and you give examples of the sentences, of the mispronounced words, or of those words that were repeatedly used by your student. Lastly, don't forget to give scores for the 4 criteria plus detailed suggestions on how are they going to have higher scores for the 4 criteria. And before you end the class, don't forget to ask if the student has other questions or clarifications. So that will be it for our class flow. Let's review. What are the 4 main parts of IELTS and TOEFL classes? Yes, introduction followed by setting of the expectations and simulation, and lastly, closing and feedback. So that's it for the class flow. Now let's watch a sample IELTS speaking class.